If you clicked on this, you're probably tired of Spotify, their bad algorithm replaying the same songs, their doom scrolling features, and probably your phone in general, and you want a better and healthier way of listening to music. So that's where an iPod comes in. No doom scrolling, no notifications, just you and your music. And I genuinely believe that this device can change your life. I'm gonna explain. So this is the iPod Nano 3. It cost me only 20 bucks, and as a kid I always wanted an iPod, but we had no money for that. And then I noticed people actually buying these things, modifying them and using them. I didn't hate the idea, I just found it useless. You have your PC, you have your phone, you have Spotify, why not use this thing? And it felt a bit performative, so I had lots of doubts. But then I started using one of these for a couple of months to detox, and then was the first time I stopped my Spotify subscription after lots of years. And the free no ad alternative I had was Spotify with an ad blocker on my PC, a specific ad blocker just for Spotify. But then someone suggested me getting an iPod, and I looked it up on Vinted, if you know that website, it's for second-hand items, and I found this one for only 20 euros. It has a little bit of damage on the screen, so it was way cheaper, and there are clear signs of usage. So I bought it about a month ago, and I still had doubts. But when I started using this thing, something changed, something clicked. After a day of using this, I found myself wanting to use it during the day, and then I started doing more things, like listening to a podcast that I had found on YouTube, and decided to listen to it offline. Something about it felt more genuine, more peaceful. When you see these things online, you think LARP, but when you use them, you start getting an urge, a sense of wanting to use only retro devices and just disappear from the online world. And the reason I believe this feels like that is because this is a single-purpose device. It is intentional. This device is made for listening to music, to podcasts, to audiobooks. It's not made to scroll, to doom scroll, to reply to messages, to group chats. It is a more authentic experience. It's not just a ton of stuff in one device that makes you not want to do stuff because it just draws you in and wants your attention because it's monetizable, and you don't have billions of options. It is just what you put in this device. So when you choose what you want to listen to, what you put into this device, it now becomes intentional, and it is not mindless consumption, which is really important. You decided you want to listen to the things you wanted to listen. You didn't just open Spotify and let Spotify choose for you because you didn't have the brain power to decide. It's mostly a feeling of actually having control of what you're doing and not letting other things control you. And the same goes for many other devices. That's because these things, and this one included, has friction. Most of the tech devices used to have some friction because in order to do B, you have to do A first, and you could feel what you were doing. Now mostly it's up to 3 clicks that take 3 seconds and you're doing whatever you are not supposed to do, procrastinating, losing time, and damaging your health. I truly believe and hope that people at some point will understand that the tech culture we live in today is at the same point that the cigarettes were the previous century, and most people cope by saying that this is LARP. Also, this thing is very good if you want something to listen to when you go to sleep. I've said many times that I don't have my phone anymore in bed and I use an alarm clock, so if someone feels like it's weird to sleep without having your phone next to you listening to something, this is a great way because before sleep or after you wake up, you're not gonna doom scroll on this. Also, I'm sure that nostalgia plays a role, of course, because it definitely has a specific aesthetic. It's nice, it's beautiful to have, and it's something different to use. And I generally value stuff that are not playing into that game and trying to monetize your attention and how much time you waste, and offer an honest experience. It can also help you when you're doing stuff, you're working, studying. You can have this one next to you instead of your phone. I use it during my daily walks, sometimes when I'm at home or when I'm going to the gym. Again, more productivity. These are the type of things I value. Then the final point I have is decentralization. Having a single device where you do everything is not healthy in my opinion. It doesn't help me because that way I have a huge mind clutter. If I have my leisure time on my PC, my work time on my PC, my study time on my PC, things get messed up a bit. Same for my phone. So I want to have separate devices for separate things. You don't have to buy an old iPod, you can buy an MP3 player in general, a modern one. And then you have a separate device for gaming, like a PlayStation, like a Nintendo DS, like a Nintendo Switch. And you have a notebook to take notes. So you have a clear intent with what you want to do with each device. And that way you're more productive in a healthy way. You take control more of your schedule and your program, you know? Instead of letting your impulses lead you towards a specific direction, you make your own direction. So at the end of the day, it's all about balance. It's good to have both things and find a balance between the two. So that's pretty much it. Tell me about your opinion, whether this is performative or LARP, and tell me about you and how you use Spotify maybe, or what helps you in general. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got something out of this, and I really appreciate you if you're watching this far. Thank you, and I hope I will see you in the next video as well. Bye bye.